Ayo, welcome into CHGO Bets Daily, presented by PointsBet. Use promo code CHGO when you sign up to get 2 risk-free bets up to $2,000. Welcome into Studio B of our CHGO offices here in the West Loop of Chicago. I'm Sean Anderson. You can follow me on Twitter at Sean_W_Anderson. Alongside me, as always, is my co-host, Cody Delmendo. You can follow him on Twitter at Cody_CHGO. You can follow the Bets account on Twitter at CHGO_Bets. I am ready to gamble my bones off.
Woo!
That was loud.
I love to hear that.
Steven did a mic check and then was not expecting that.
Yeah, it was much louder in my ears that time.
Way louder.
Sorry.
All good.
Happy Friday. We're back, baby. I'm
TGIF.
so excited. Week 3 of college football. If you missed the NFL discussion, we did that on Tuesday. Go subscribe to CHGO Sports YouTube channel and find it under the Bets playlist. Or you can subscribe on Apple, Spotify, wherever you get it. 40 good minutes talking about the NFL. It was awesome.
Probably
honestly,
our longest show we ever did.
Yes, it was my favorite part of the week, honestly. And now we get to do college football. oh my God.
Be so nice.
Oh my God. I live for this.
I have been very, very, very much devoted today, just looking at lines, trying to figure out my best bets. I have found 5 fantastic ones for you. And Cody, like the great degenerate that he is, 12? Did we count?
10.
10. You doubled me. Let's look at the bank. I'm at $20. I had to redeposit because that Chiefs-Chargers game, I just got real tempted by it, and I just couldn't stay away. And I need to start staying away from games, Cody, because I read that game completely wrong. Right in some ways, but completely wrong. I redeposited. I'm at 20, so I bankrupt last night, but I redeposited 20 because I won like $50 on that Jose Abreu homer bet.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I said Andrew Vaughn was going to homer. Didn't bet it. So
what
am I doing here?
So you're making the right picks and not betting on them.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm doing the shit that was hurting me earlier on in the year.
And it's
I
like,
need to clear my
like
brain
last
and just
night,
keep it simple.
You said on CHGO White Sox your pick of the week was the under in Chiefs-Chargers, and then you didn't even bet it. And it hit. It wasn't even really a doubt.
I got nothing to say. Hey, what I say? Keep it simple, stupid, and I'm stupid in this scenario. I am the dumb one. I wish I listened to myself. I am the one saying these things, yet I am the one placing the bad bets. So we'll try to figure it out. We'll try to write the ship here for the college football.
Says the under is the points bet pick of the week. Bets Mahomes to throw 3 touchdowns.
Baby. But I was like, they're going to score 24 points. They scored 27.
The thought process was right, but also like the thing that hurts there is like they could have ran the ball in for 2 of those 3 touchdowns if they did that.
That's
Instead it was a pick 6, and
they could have returned a kickoff for a touchdown.
Yeah.
Maybe the wide receiver could have thrown it to Mahomes for a touchdown. That would have been a receiving. That would have been great for my fantasy team because I have Mahomes.
Okay.
That's better. 6 is better than 4.
I got you.
Anyways, let's talk about college football here. If you're going to bet college football this weekend, there is one place to gamble your bones off, and that's PointsBet.
Absolutely.
Follow them on Twitter at PointsBetUSA. They're fantastic. They're American, clearly, because it's
my favorite app.
PointsBetUSA. You can download PointsBet now and use promo code CHGO to get 2 risk-free bets up to $2,000. It's Cody's favorite app. It's my favorite app.
Absolutely.
My favorite app has the PointsBet's Power Hour, which usually happens around 12 to 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. They always have fantastic boosted odds, free bets that you could gamble your bones off with. I have a great time gambling my bones off on PointsBet. We have had a lot of great little partnerships with PointsBet over the past month. Had a lot of nice Bears deals, a lot of nice Sox deals, and consistently what I have noticed is that PointsBet offers fantastic just prices for their lines. I found a lot of good lines that I liked today. A lot of free bets have been going out there. I've been calculating up how I've made my money recently. I've been doing really well since August 15th, and a lot of it's made off of free bets. A little $2 free bet here, a little $2 free bet there. Missed out on my same game $2 free bet yesterday from PointsBet, but hey, we'll get them next time. So download the PointsBet app today. Use code CHGO to get your risk free bets up to $2,000 to gamble your bones off. But make sure you do that responsibly. If you need help or if someone you know needs help, call 1-800-GAMBLER for crisis counseling or referral services. PointsBet, don't just bet, live your bet life with PointsBet. Cody, why don't you give your first 5, then I'll give my first 5, then you'll give your last 5, and then we'll talk a little bit about Bears-Packers on Sunday.
All right. Well, I got one for tonight. So if you're watching live right now, and we got 5 or 6 people watching live, tell your friends. We need more people. Florida State -2.5. All right. Florida State, their offense is just it's playing better right now than Louisville. All right. Malik Cunningham, dual threat quarterback. I've bet on him the last 2 weeks, and I'm 1-1 doing that. Louisville 6.5-point dogs last Friday. They won outright at UCF. So Louisville's coming in feeling really good. Florida State was off last week, coming off beating Brian Kelly and LSU in week 1. And in one way, it's a letdown spot for Florida State. It's also potentially a letdown spot for Louisville, but they are underdogs, so I don't know if you can really say that. But I just feel better about Florida State's offense right now. And if you're going to give me 2.5, if you're going to give me not even a field goal, I will take Florida State because I just think their team is better overall right now. So that's what I like tonight.
Here's the thing. I was looking at lines, those lovely, lovely lines on PointsBet. I was tempted by a Louisville money line at +145.
I mean,
I
the
didn't
plus
do
money
it.
is always tempting, Rashawn.
I didn't take it, but I don't know. Louisville looked a lot better in week 2 than they did week 1. Maybe it was just a weird one against Syracuse, and I don't know if I love Florida State. So thought about it, but
So you don't really care too much that they beat LSU, an SEC school.
no, because that was week 1. I don't know.
I get it. It's only 2.5, so it's I think it's gonna be a close game, but you're gonna give me not even a field goal against Louisville, and I think Florida State's just playing better right now. I'll take Florida State. If I lose tonight, I just hope that I don't look like a complete moron.
I didn't take the Louisville bet.
Okay.
So I don't hate the bet.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
All right.
I was tempted by it.
All right. So next, we got what else is on that graphic there, Steven? We got Nevada and Iowa. Oh my God, Nevada +23. Let's start with that. Nevada +23. Iowa has scored 14 points the last 2 weeks combined, folks. All right. And an interesting stat: Kirk Ferentz is covering the spread 34% of the time as a 10-point favorite or higher since becoming the coach at Iowa.
Right now, the spread is 23.
Right now, the spread is 23.
Double digits.
For
For a team that's 1-1 and has scored 14 points.
in the last 2 weeks.
In the last 2 weeks. One to an FCS school and the other to their in-state rival.
Yes.
Their Iowa, their in-school rival or in-state rival is Iowa State. Could you imagine?
Yes. So Nevada +23. I love it. I also love the under because of everything I just said about them scoring 14 points the last 2 weeks. That said, their defense is also really good. It's down to 39, I think, on PointsBet. I got it at 40.5. So people are hammering the under. Hammer the under now before it gets to like 37, 36, 37.
Well, I like your thinking with Nevada then +23. I'll honestly, Steven, you could just show my 5 real quick. Just give them a little peek because I have Nevada at +14.5 at +195 there. Let's go back to Cody's.
You want that juice. I like that.
My thought is I just don't think, even if Iowa is that much better, Nevada has a bad defense, I don't think Iowa can win by 2 touchdowns. Can Iowa score 2 touchdowns?
Right.
I understand, like, Nevada's got a horrible offense. They're a Power 5 school. Iowa has looked like dirt.
They really have.
Bad.
They've looked bad.
I get it that they're not a Power 5 school, and I understand that South Dakota State's a pretty good FCS school, but come on, Nevada's not that bad. I honestly think if you're taking the under of 39, I just don't think they're going to be able to win by 23 points, let alone 2 touchdowns.
Right.
I like Nevada at least to cover 2 touchdowns.
Right. I think I should come out 2-0 that in there, but I think we're at least coming out 1-1 on those 2 bets. Next up, Western Kentucky plus 6.5. All right, against Indiana, they go on the road to IU. Indiana coming off a win against Illinois, which was one of the more disgusting Big Ten games I've ever watched. Western Kentucky's offense is really good. I don't know if anyone knew that or not. They're averaging 45.5 points per game, and they've 400 yards per game in the first two games. Against, of course, it was Austin Peay and Hawaii, but I digress. Even last year, their offense was really good. So they got a nice stretch of showing that their offense is actually a well-oiled machine. Indiana, on the other hand, like they're just, I'm not buying them. They're not good. They're a basketball school, if you want to call that, and that's pushing it because they have really disappointed as a basketball school in recent years. So yeah, I like Western Kentucky plus 6.5, and then Old Dominion. I was just talking to Ryan Herrera. Sorry, Sean. Sean, you love to make your one underdog, like big underdog bet.
I love this one.
Old Dominion money line. Old Dominion plus 8.5. I'm taking 8.5 because I just don't want to sweat them to win the game, but I think they can actually beat Virginia. Virginia got pounded by Illinois last week. Pounded 24-3. Illinois is not a football school, guys. I love them. I love them to death, but they are not a football school. Old Dominion, the Fun Belt, baby. The Fun Belt's been upsetting people. They've been upsetting people. App State, freaking Marshall last week against Notre Dame. I love Old Dominion plus 8.5, baby. Hammer it. Hammer it.
Did you hear about the dog thing?
The dog thing.
Yeah. Did you hear about the dog thing with Old Dominion?
No, I did not.
Old Dominion, they're the Monarchs,
yes,
right?
They're the Monarchs, yes.
And their little mascot there is a dog. And what Rocco Mendenhall in Virginia is not letting the dog do is be on the sidelines.
Really?
Virginia football is so afraid of getting upset on Saturday that they're banning Old Dominion's service puppy from the sideline. Hudson, the ODU dog, is banned from the sidelines.
Slam Old Dominion money line.
Fuck Virginia.
Slam it.
Ride ODU.
Yes.
Let's go Old Dominion.
Virginia hates puppies.
Virginia literally hates puppies.
Also, Old Dominion won outright over Virginia Tech in week 1. So like they've shown they can play in the ACC, right?
They can play in the state of Virginia.
Yeah, they can play in the state of Virginia. I think Old Dominion's going 2-0 versus the state of Virginia. Also, another tidbit. Old Dominion forced 5 turnovers against Virginia Tech. Virginia had 5 turnovers against Illinois. So they're suspect to allowing turnovers, which is a thing that Old Dominion has shown to do in games that they've won this year. So if this one doesn't hit, then I won't understand life. Old Dominion plus 8.5. It's the lock of the weekend for me.
Chicago Sports Network saying, what do you think about Michigan State plus 3 versus Washington? I like Washington. I've always been a big Washington football fan. So I actually like Washington minus 3. I think that they're going to have a pretty nice day. Michigan State's defensive line is looking pretty good. Mel Tucker, pretty decent, but they've just kind of underwhelmed this season. And I don't think that they're going to be able to go to Washington and have a successful game.
I think if you take Michigan State, you're falling into a trap. Because you look at it, Michigan State, I believe Michigan State is ranked in the top 25, and Washington's not. They've played Portland State and some other like small conference school, and they haven't really that game is the first like big game for both schools. So Washington at home with the quarterback that they have that's played very well to start the year, I feel like it's too good to take. Like, I feel like Vegas is out there trying to trap us all. So I'm not betting the spread on this game. I actually like the under. Because the under, or the total opened at 47.5. It's up to 56.5. And the way I know Michigan State is they're going to try to control the clock, run the ball, and try to keep the ball out of that quarterback's hands of Washington. So that means a lot of clock chip away.
I like that.
And I hate saying this because like the Pac-12 is the Pac-12 and the Big Ten is better. Let's be real. But it just doesn't rub me the right way. It's so easy to take the Michigan State plus 3. It's so easy. And that's why I'm avoiding it, because it just feels like a trap. So I don't like it. I like the under in that game. I think that whoever wins is going to be the one who controls the tempo and is going to run the ball a lot.
I like the under there too. I mean, Washington, they're like a breeding ground for NFL DBs, I swear.
I would have liked the over right at like when it opened. Like I said, opened at 47.5. Would have taken the over when it opened, but it's up to 56.5. Almost 10 points since it opened. I gotta slam the under on it now.
Right.
So
I like it, especially where it started. I mean, that's the difficulties of betting on Monday, is where these lines open. And watching it, you gotta bet also with how they move. So I like, watching that line and betting the under there. I picked FSU 1.5. Did I pick good? Cody's got Florida State minus 2.5. So Cody
plays doing better than me, man. Congratulations, brother.
I would say yes too. I like Florida State a lot better at 1.5 than I do 2.5. So there you go. Let's look at my Fab Five. I got Nevada plus 14.5 at plus 195. Nevada has at least been able to force turnovers, and I know they're playing Texas State, and they're playing who's the other team they played? Texas State, New Mexico State. Those were their 2 wins. I know that's not killer competition, but Incarnate Word, the team that they lost from the FCS school that they lost to, G.J. Kinney. I don't know if you guys remember him, former Tulsa quarterback. Is their head coach. And I don't know. I think that Nevada's kind of figuring out their offense here. I think that just Iowa's offense has been so bad.
So bad, man.
Petrus has completed, 47% of his passes? Like, I don't think that he's going to have a good game. Again, I don't think that they're going to win by 2 touchdowns. I think Nevada is good enough to at least go with to win by 2 touchdowns here. So I like Nevada 14.5 at plus 195. I like NC State minus 9.5 at 130 at minus 130. At home, when they are 10-point favorites, they're 7-2-1. So I like in their last 10. I like NC State getting 9.5 at home. I like the Kansas money line at plus 240. I think that they can go to Houston and pull off another upset. They kept it rolling against Washington State or West Virginia. We're able to get that upset. I think the Kansas would be able to take that one. Kansas at Houston over 55.5. I think that a lot of points will need to be scored for Kansas to get a win there. I'll take that at minus 150. I'm in Oklahoma, 51 plus points, plus 400 against Nebraska. Fuck Nebraska. Fuck Scott Frost. He's already gone, but
Kansas,
fuck that team.
I'm avoiding Houston and Kansas. I think that it's potentially could be a big letdown spot for Kansas, but I don't blame you for taking them after what they did last week.
They got nothing to lose.
Yeah, and I mean, if they do win, then they'll hit their season total for wins that we both sat here and said that's a great bet. So
and guess what?
Not a way to look dumb for us.
Guess what, Cody? You want me looking stupid again? I didn't bet it.
Oh, well, you should bet it if you like it. So yeah, I don't mind those. I really going that extra mile for the Nevada plus 14.5. Hey, I don't blame it, especially a plus money. But all right, I got 5 more, Steven. Let's try and run through them as fast as possible. All right, Notre Dame and Cal under 40.5. Notre Dame's offense has just been not great. Lost to Marshall last week. I think they do bounce back and win this week, but I don't know if Cal's going to put up any points, and I just don't know if even Notre Dame's going to just drop, I don't think they're going to beat them by 30, you know what I mean?
Right.
I think that it's going to be another disgusting game, and the under is going to hit.
Tyler Buckner out now, too, on top of it.
Right. And thank you for pointing that out, Stephen. Colorado, Minnesota, under 47. Colorado stinks. Minnesota's pretty good. They run the ball a ton. I think they're going to control the game. They're going to run the clock, and they're going to run the ball down Colorado's throats, so I like the under there. Fresno State, USC, Pac-12 after dark, over 74. USC averaging 53 points per game. Fresno State averaging 33. Fresno State's actually played well against the Pac-12 the last few years. And also Fresno State overs are 19-6-1 in their last 26 games against the Pac-12. Over is 7-0 in their last 7 home games and 4-1 in their last 5 overall. And I think that's for USC. So the over, it's screaming over. So that's a really high total, but that should be like your last bet of the day.
We like it so much, we actually put it twice.
Oh, nice.
Look at you.
Yeah. And then we already kind of talked about Michigan State and Washington under 56.5. So that's what I like there. Someone in the chat. You
literally just put it twice.
Yeah.
I love that.
Someone asked in the chat about Oklahoma and Nebraska.
Oklahoma wins by big.
You think so?
I don't think.
You don't think the Scott Frost being fired fires up the team, cover 11 points? I don't believe in it either, to be honest with you.
They're playing in Nebraska.
Yeah.
What do they have to get fired up about?
That's
corn.
Fair. That's fair. A few other ones that I might dabble on. I like Georgia State minus 19.5 versus Charlotte. Charlotte is awful. They are my new Kansas. Charlotte has not covered the last 3 weeks. They got murdered by Maryland last week. Georgia State pushed against UNC last week. I like Georgia State minus 19.5. I like the Raging Cajuns from Louisiana Lafayette minus 11.5 versus Rice. More Fun Belt action for you. And then Marshall minus 16.5 versus Bowling Green. Marshall coming off the win against Notre Dame. They love to run the ball. And Bowling Green ranks 110th nationally against the run. So I feel like Marshall's just going to run all over them and just ride this momentum they have coming off the Notre Dame win. Could be a big letdown, but again, I just love the Fun Belt, baby.
There you go. Brendan Henderson saying Notre Dame has been keeping their games close. They just need to fix those halftime adjustments. Real quick story. I know Steven wants me to end this as soon as I possibly can, but I was up in Michiana, which is right on the border of Michigan, and guess what? Indiana. And I was wearing a Notre Dame sweatshirt out on the Sunday after Marshall beat Notre Dame, and everyone was like, "Oh, it's so sad what happened to our boys." I'm like, I'm just didn't fucking watch the game, lady.
I swear you told this story on Tuesday, and I'm enjoying it for the second time.
Yeah, it was just it's just I keep enjoying it because it's just like I didn't realize what I was getting myself into wearing that sweatshirt, and here I am, still able to tell the story. That's Cody Delmendo. You can follow him on Twitter at Cody_CHGO. I'm Sean. You can follow me on Twitter at Sean_W_Anderson. And thank you to Stephen Nicholas for producing and jumping in with his thoughts on this weekend's college football slate of games. Bears pick.
Bears plus 10 unless these O linemen are all playing. We don't know. They're all questionable. If two of those three linemen don't play, I'm slamming Bears plus 10.
Packers minus 10. I hate to say it, but
I'll
it's
say
okay.
I'll say Packers minus 16.5 because I took it on Tuesday. I love the Bears, kind of, not really, but I think Aaron Rodgers. I was gonna say Patrick Mahomes. Aaron Rodgers was correct in saying that he owns the Bears. Anyways, that's gonna do it.
I don't blame you. You're all smarter than me probably in this scenario. I want to believe. I want to believe that Aaron Rodgers is finally going to be dethroned or something.
I hope you're right because I don't like him, but he's just very good at football. Anyways, Brendan said I like the DBs versus the Packers wideouts. Again, I still think that Randall Cobb just might have a huge day. Like I said, 10 receptions,
We're going to see, man.
yards.
We're going to see. It's going to be a fun one.
Yes,
Sunday night.
Make sure you check out our Twitter account at CHGO_bets. I know recently Chicago Sports Fanatic, one of the first people that just commented, or Chicago Sports Network, just recently found our Twitter account and the Twitter page. Follow that on Sunday. We'll be tweeting out all of our top 7 picks basically the top 7 games for this weekend. So we'll give you the against the spread picks and their nice little cute helmets on there. I like the little graphic that Joey made.
Also, we just uploaded the audio from Bears After Dark last night on our feed, so you can if you just listen to this, you can listen to the episode before this one, and there's a lot more Bears talk on there for obvious reasons.
There you go. So check out Bears After Dark with that was with Mark Carmen Vitelli, and Braggs. So there you go.
Braggs,
and Corey Wooten's on there. Adam Hogue, the great Adam Hogue. So there you go. Anyways, we'll wrap it up here on CHGO Bets Daily. We will talk to you on Monday when we are, in fact, millionaires.
On a boat.